What it do, what is up, my BBossBaddies and my Batman fellas? It is your girl Bosana and welcome BBossArmy. So as you guys can tell by the title, today we're going to be talking about why women chase those bad guys. Now this is explaining why most times women will go after the wrong type of guys, and you probably hear a lot of times girls talking about, hey, that guy is shit, or all guys are this, but they still go after the wrong types of guys. So I'm gonna explain to you guys why they still do that, and then of course give you guys some strategies and skills that can help you guys with dealing with women, and then a whole nother insight. Okay, so with that being said, please give this video a big thumbs up. Check out my other YouTube channels. All the links are down below, and let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I want to talk about for why women always chase that bad guy instead of that nice guy is the challenge of making him fall in love. So y'all, I know this is crazy. Like, why is it the bad guy girls are trying to make fall in love with them? But here's the thing, that challenge that is out of the ordinary and something that she can't find anywhere else is enough for her to say, hey, I want to change this guy's perspective. So oftentimes, let's just talk about this. A lot of times, guys, what it is with you guys, with alpha guys, let's be exact, right? These are the guys that have things going on, pretty much, you know, trying to get on their purpose and have something on the side that's, you know, making them money or something like that. And then of course being on their purpose and following through with that. So those kind of guys, when you're dealing with a woman, ultimately when she's trying to fall in love with you, she's not thinking about, hey, is he better, or do I have to fall in love with this guy? It's not about the fact of, hey, I have to or do anything for him. The girl will come to the decision to fall in love with you, realizing that you can't fall in love with her. And that is why it becomes such a huge way for a woman to start chasing you, because she wants you to start doing that way more sooner than later. So when you guys are a guy that is not showing no affection, no emotions, and most importantly on your purpose, a girl is gonna expect you to obviously go after her. But the opposite of those guys normally have other girls, other hobbies, other things. Their mind is somewhere else. It's never ever strictly dedicated to her, and a lot of women know this nowadays in the modern day. So for them, it becomes a challenge to make you fall in love with her, because hey, if you can't fall in love with nobody else, I bet I can do it for me. And y'all gotta keep in mind how many guys, and hey, maybe she's dealing with girls too, who knows, how many guys and girls is she dealing with to get to the point of where she's at, to go ahead and judge you in a way of, hey, you gotta want me, you gotta come after me. A lot of times girls kind of give you the answer of, hey, I've been trying to get a guy like this, or I chase after guys like this. Girls show you what type of guys and what they're into all the time. So if she's trying to make this man fall in love, it's because this guy is different. This guy has something else that a lot of guys out here can't offer to her. So for her personally, it's gonna be proving a point. What I decided to put in brackets is challenge, exciting, and lastly, good for their ego. Yeah, good for their ego. So when you're gonna go ahead and be that guy that is that it guy, there's gonna be the problems, and this is where a lot of times you don't hear it, because I don't know, maybe you don't hear all the time. I feel like we talk more about simps instead of nice guys. Not nice guys, I mean, talk more about simps instead of the ideal guy that girls go for. So when we have that case, you don't hear oftentimes that girls are going after these guys that are the ideal guy, the it guy, the guy that has money. You'll hear why they go for them and stuff like that, but you won't necessarily hear that perspective, I feel like, often enough of to why it's like that. So to relate it back, and lastly, so we can wrap up with a challenge, exciting, and obviously it's gonna be good for their ego. A girl is fed by a man. You guys are the leaders. You guys are the ones that are showing the directions, what way to go, which way is next. So ultimately, we're still gonna feed off of you guys somewhat. And that is kind of some facts. Not to say that she can't be independent or be strong alone. For sure, she can. But when you start getting invested as a woman into a man, you see the benefits that a man can do, especially to take care of you, is definitely beneficial. It's not materialistic all the time, but there's other things that a man can offer that most definitely a woman can't offer herself, and then other women can't offer ultimately. But to each your own. So I'm just gonna wrap up because I want to elaborate, but I feel like if I keep adding, y'all gonna be like, girl, we don't want to hear it. I'm only saying this to say that I will elaborate in another video, but I hope you guys get the whole idea of a woman chasing over that man. That guy is basically the goal for her. That guy is the challenge. That guy is the surprisingness. The oh my gosh, this is what I have to do next, or oh my gosh, this is how much it takes for me to go ahead and go and do something next. Like, that's what it is. You are out of the ordinary. You're not like these guys. You're not born like these guys. You're not like these typical guys. Simple as that. She wants to pursue you and she wants to prove a point, and it will, of course, at the end, what? Feed her ego. All right, last thing or next thing on my list, sorry you guys, is going ahead and, well, not going ahead, but it says knows how to give her space, knows how to give you her space, and then you guys, I said it wrong, but knows how to give her space to you, and then of course, most importantly, this point is really you know how to give her space. I wrote it like know how to. I don't know why I wrote it like that, but you know how to give her space. A lot of women chase these type of guys that know how to give that woman her space because she wants the space already. So that's one thing that she can't always get when she's talking to a man, to go ahead and what? Make her want that man, want to pursue that man. So when we have a woman that's chasing these bad guys, yeah, they might be bad guys, but at the end of the day, the bad guys know how to give her the space that she needs. At the end of the day, the bad guys know how to treat her the way she wants to be treated. And that's just the fact of it. And it's more so because the balance that they know how to have. So when she chases this guy, oh, she knows the space. She knows that this man shouldn't be so focused on her. She knows that, hey, I'm focused on me. And how is it that every second this guy has, he's messaging me? How is it every time that he has a second to message me, he's messaging me? You get what I'm saying? So this girl, she's only going to chase that guy that is going to be there unavailable at times where she always is needy. Those are the times where you shouldn't be available, period. Girls are dependent on the guys that are not always dependent on the girl. And then on top of that, they are not always going to be the dependent. You will be there for a girl. You can do a certain stuff, a certain amount of stuff, let's be exact. And I'll elaborate more so towards the end of the video. But ultimately, hey, if you can't, do certain stuff, it's okay. And that's what it is. This is who you are. That girl doesn't want to accept you. That's cool. That's who she is. But at the end of the day, when you want to stay true to yourself and you got to live life for yourself as a man, alpha male to be exact, one time, then you got to do that for yourself, simply. Okay, so I'll leave that point at that. If you guys have questions, though, let me know down below. But hey, it's not that difficult in a sense of like, hey, she's going after these specific guys that are not really there for her. Those guys that she's not used to. Those are the attractive or more attraction are grown to them. Last thing on my list is she can be replaced. Now, hey, the space thing is honestly really leaning towards the whole she can be replaced. A lot of times, and the best way I can tell you guys is you start giving her space slowly. You start giving her, the motorcycle is loud. Wow, trying to ruin my video. But we're about to wrap up anyway. So a lot of times when you're giving a woman space, the best part about giving a woman space is because you're doing it because you're on the purpose and all that stuff. But when we move on to this part of you're gonna go ahead and replace her, or she has that fear of getting replaced, a lot of girls go into situations knowing what it is. So alpha guys that basically have their money straight, their status, especially when it's high up and you're a high value man, those are the guys that women are going to chase after. But when they know they can be replaced because, hey, you have all these options of different women, all these girls are wanting you, all these women want you, it's enough for that girl to go ahead and say, hey, well, I'm going to make sure I stay by your side so nobody else, no other woman can have you. And that's enough satisfaction for a lot of women to say, I want to pursue this relationship. And so that's why you have a lot of women will stay with a cheating man, a man that's unloyal, and of course that bad guy, bad type of guy for her, and still will go back multiple times. The addiction is attached to her, and then of course that knowing, hey, he can have another woman in her life, hey, this woman will be his wife. Hey, this woman is gonna be everything. It scares a lot of women. It makes them that fear of, hey, I don't want to be a girl that is just like here. Y'all gonna get that high valueness that a lot of modern day women feels that they have to be at the top and they have to be chosen, always picked first. The second that you bring her down, the second that you make her feel less because it's another woman or whatever other reasons, it's enough for her ego to be pushed down. That's why girls chase these guys. They try to fulfill their own egos. They try to find different challenges, like I said in the beginning of the video. And then the last thing that I mentioned is exciting. They try to get away from that boring type of guy that gives you the same thing. And then when they get around these bad guys, they bring something different. But most times the relationships don't even last because they went with it with a different intention. And sometimes the same thing with the guy, right? So that's that. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up to just say that girls will chase these bad guys left and right. And I honestly think it'll never end. I just feel like you guys, as being a simp or being a nice guy or anything that's making women basically not treat you as if you should be treated, that is enough for you guys as a fellow to say, well, I'm gonna leave it at that and leave her behind. It's not that you need to pursue a girl or try to get her to chase you. It's you got to get in your own bag and focus on yourself, and then you'll go ahead and get any woman to go ahead and chase you and pursue you. All right, y'all, so I'll leave this video at this. Please go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. Please check out all the links down below, and of course make sure you subscribe to my other channels. Yes, that's it. You guys will see me in my next video. Bye, guys.